Do you struggle with showing respect for yourself? In today's video, we will focus on the teachings of Buddhism and how they can guide us in cultivating self-respect. Lesson 1. Think before you speak. Buddhism teaches that words can create peace or cause suffering. When you speak impulsively, you risk saying things you may later regret. Regret weakens your sense of self-worth. Instead, pause before speaking. Take a deep breath. Consider if your words will bring clarity or confusion. Ask yourself if what you are about to say is truthful, kind, and necessary. When you think before you speak, you respect not only others but also yourself. Mindless speech can lead to misunderstandings and conflict. In contrast, mindful speech strengthens relationships and fosters mutual respect. You gain confidence in your ability to communicate clearly and compassionately. In moments of anger or frustration, it is especially important to pause. Anger can cloud your judgment and lead to hurtful words. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of equanimity, or balance of mind. By practicing equanimity, you can respond to difficult situations with calmness instead of reacting impulsively. This practice requires patience, but it cultivates inner peace and self-respect over time. Thinking before you speak also allows you to listen more deeply. In Buddhism, listening is as important as speaking. When you listen fully, you understand others better. This understanding helps you respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. Thoughtful responses build trust and show that you value both yourself and those around you. As you practice mindful speech, you will notice a change in how you feel about yourself. You will feel more grounded and confident. You will no longer feel the need to speak just to fill silence or to prove yourself. Silence itself can be a form of respect. When you choose your words carefully, you communicate not only wisdom but also dignity. By thinking before you speak, you cultivate respect for your own voice and the power it holds. You remind yourself that your words matter. Each word has the potential to create harmony or division. When you speak with intention, you contribute to a world that values understanding and compassion. Lesson 2. Give more than you take. Generosity is a central teaching in Buddhism. It is not only about giving material things but also about sharing your time, energy, and kindness. When you give more than you take, you cultivate a sense of abundance within yourself. This practice reminds you that true wealth lies in how much you can give, not in how much you can keep. Giving begins with an open heart. Buddhism teaches that clinging to possessions or selfish desires creates suffering. When you let go of attachment, you discover the joy of giving. Every act of generosity is an act of self-respect because it reflects your ability to rise above greed. The Buddha taught about the practice of giving as a way to purify the mind. When you give freely, you let go of ego and selfishness. This act of letting go brings inner freedom. It also strengthens your connection to others. Giving builds relationships based on trust and mutual care. Generosity does not have to be grand or costly. A kind word, a smile, or a helping hand can be a gift. Each small act of giving contributes to the well-being of others and reinforces your own sense of purpose. When you give without expecting anything in return, you feel a deep sense of satisfaction. This satisfaction is a reflection of your own worth. In Buddhism, it is also important to give wisely. Thoughtless giving can create dependence or harm. True generosity comes from understanding what others need and offering it with care. This mindfulness ensures that your giving creates positive outcomes. When you give more than you take, you also practice gratitude. You become aware of how much you already have. This awareness reduces feelings of lack or inadequacy. Gratitude fosters contentment, which is a foundation of self-respect. Giving also helps you overcome fear. Fear often arises from a sense of scarcity. By giving, you affirm that there is always enough to share. This mindset strengthens your inner confidence. You realize that your value does not depend on what you own but on how much you can give. Buddhism encourages the practice of generosity not only for others' benefit but also for your own spiritual growth. Each act of giving purifies the mind and opens the heart. Over time, you develop a habit of generosity that becomes a source of joy and self-respect. Lesson 3. Let go of the uninterested. Letting go is a powerful teaching in Buddhism. Clinging to people or situations that do not serve you creates suffering. When you hold on to those who are uninterested in you or your growth, you diminish your self-respect. Learning to let go is an act of self-compassion and strength. Buddhism teaches the impermanent nature of all things. Relationships, like everything else, change over time. Clinging to people who do not reciprocate your energy can drain you. It is important to recognize when a connection no longer supports your well-being. Letting go is not about rejection or resentment. It is about freeing yourself from unnecessary attachments. When you let go of the uninterested, you make space for those who value you. You honor your own worth by choosing relationships that bring mutual care and understanding. Holding on to one-sided relationships can create feelings of rejection or inadequacy. Letting go reminds you that your value does not depend on others' approval. Letting go also applies to situations and goals. Sometimes, you may find yourself pursuing something that no longer aligns with your values. Holding on out of fear or stubbornness only creates inner conflict. When you release what no longer serves you, you align yourself with your true path. The Buddha taught the importance of detachment. Detachment does not mean indifference. It means accepting things as they are. When you let go of unrealistic expectations, you free yourself from disappointment. This freedom fosters inner peace and self-respect. Letting go requires courage. It can be difficult to move on from people or situations you once cherished. But each act of letting go strengthens your inner resilience. You learn to trust yourself and your ability to navigate life's changes. When you let go, you also practice forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about excusing others' behavior. It is about releasing the hold that resentment has on you. By forgiving, you let go of the pain and reclaim your peace. This act of letting go is a profound way to respect yourself. Buddhism teaches that holding on creates suffering, while letting go brings liberation. When you release the uninterested, you affirm your own worth and create space for growth. You step into a life filled with relationships and experiences that nurture your soul. Lesson 4. Be concise. Simplicity is a virtue in Buddhism. Being concise in your words and actions reflects clarity of mind and respect for others' time and energy. When you express yourself clearly and directly, you show that you value your own thoughts and the understanding of those around you. In Buddhist teachings, simplicity is often associated with mindfulness. A mindful person does not waste words or complicate matters unnecessarily. They speak and act with purpose. Conciseness is not about withholding information. It is about conveying your message in a way that is both clear and meaningful. Being concise helps you avoid misunderstandings. When you speak too much or in a roundabout way, your message can get lost. Clear communication strengthens your relationships and builds trust. It also reflects confidence in your ability to express yourself. Conciseness also applies to your actions. When you focus on what truly matters, you avoid spreading yourself too thin. This focus allows you to give your best effort to what you choose to do. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of intention. When your actions are concise and intentional, they carry greater impact. Practicing conciseness requires self-awareness. You need to be mindful of what you say and do. This mindfulness helps you avoid distractions and stay present. When you are present, you can express yourself with clarity and purpose. Conciseness is not about rushing or cutting corners. It is about valuing quality over quantity. In a world filled with noise, simplicity is a form of respect. By being concise, you show that you honor both your time and others. Buddhism teaches that simplicity brings peace. When you simplify your words and actions, you create space for stillness and clarity. This stillness allows you to connect more deeply with yourself and others. It fosters a sense of calm and self-respect. When you practice conciseness, you also develop discipline. It takes effort to stay focused and resist the urge to over-explain or overdo. This discipline strengthens your character and enhances your sense of self-worth. Being concise is a way to honor the truth. When you strip away unnecessary details, you reveal the essence of what matters. This practice aligns with the Buddhist principle of right speech, which encourages speaking in a way that is truthful, kind, and beneficial. Lesson 5. Address disrespect immediately. Respect is a cornerstone of Buddhist teachings. Addressing disrespect, whether from others or yourself, is an essential part of maintaining self-respect. Ignoring disrespect allows it to grow, which can harm your sense of worth and well-being. Buddhism teaches that all beings deserve respect, including yourself. When someone disrespects you, it is important to respond calmly and firmly. Addressing disrespect does not mean reacting with anger or hostility. It means setting boundaries and standing up for yourself with dignity. Setting boundaries is an act of self-compassion. Boundaries protect your peace and well-being. They remind others that you value yourself and expect to be treated with kindness. Addressing disrespect also involves self-reflection. Sometimes disrespect comes from within. Negative self-talk or self-criticism can be as harmful as external disrespect. Buddhism encourages cultivating self-compassion to counter these tendencies. When you treat yourself with kindness, you build a foundation of self-respect. The Buddha taught that anger and resentment harm the one who holds them. When addressing disrespect, it is important to approach the situation with a calm and balanced mind. Responding with anger only perpetuates conflict. A mindful response, on the other hand, resolves the issue while preserving your integrity. By addressing disrespect immediately, you prevent it from taking root. Ignoring it can lead to resentment or a loss of self-esteem. A timely and respectful response affirms your worth and sets a positive example for others. Buddhism also emphasizes forgiveness. Forgiving does not mean tolerating disrespect. It means letting go of anger and choosing peace. Forgiveness frees you from the emotional burden of the offense, allowing you to move forward with dignity. Respect is mutual. When you address disrespect, you also show respect for the other person by giving them an opportunity to reflect and change. This approach aligns with the Buddhist principle of compassion. Addressing disrespect is not always easy, but it is necessary for maintaining self-respect. Each time you stand up for yourself, you strengthen your inner confidence. You affirm that you are worthy of respect, both from others and yourself. Lesson 6. Avoid gossip. Gossip is harmful to both the speaker and the subject. In Buddhism, gossip violates the principle of right speech. It creates negativity and damages trust. Avoiding gossip is a way to cultivate respect for yourself and others. When you gossip, you spread harm. This harm reflects back on you, creating feelings of guilt or shame. By choosing not to gossip, you protect your own peace of mind. You also show that you value honesty and kindness. Avoiding gossip requires mindfulness. It is easy to fall into the habit of speaking about others, especially in negative ways. Buddhism teaches that mindfulness helps you pause and reflect before speaking. This pause allows you to choose words that uplift rather than harm. Gossip often arises from insecurity or a desire for attention. When you focus on your own growth and well-being, you no longer feel the need to talk about others. This focus strengthens your sense of self-worth. Choosing not to gossip also improves your relationships. People will trust you more when they know you do not speak poorly about others. This trust fosters deeper connections and mutual respect. Buddhism encourages speaking in ways that promote harmony. Gossip creates division and conflict. By avoiding gossip, you contribute to a more peaceful and understanding world. You also align yourself with the values of compassion and integrity. Avoiding gossip is a form of discipline. It requires effort to resist the temptation to speak negatively. This discipline builds inner strength and reinforces your commitment to living mindfully. When you avoid gossip, you also practice gratitude. Instead of focusing on others' flaws, you appreciate their strengths. This positive perspective enhances your relationships and your own sense of peace. Gossip may seem harmless, but it carries consequences. By choosing not to gossip, you protect your own integrity and promote a culture of respect. Each time you resist gossip, you affirm your commitment to kindness and truth. Lesson 7. Focus on self-growth. Buddhism teaches that the path to happiness lies within. Focusing on self-growth is a way to honor your potential and cultivate self-respect. Growth requires effort, but it brings deep fulfillment. Self-growth begins with self-awareness. In Buddhism, mindfulness is the foundation of self-awareness. By observing your thoughts, feelings, and actions, you understand yourself more deeply. This understanding helps you identify areas for growth. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of continuous learning. The Buddha encouraged his followers to seek wisdom and question their assumptions. Growth requires an open mind and a willingness to learn from both successes and failures. Focusing on self-growth also involves letting go of comparison. Your journey is unique. Comparing yourself to others creates feelings of inadequacy. Instead, celebrate your progress and set goals that align with your values. Buddhism teaches the importance of balance. Self-growth should not become a source of stress. It is a gradual process that requires patience and compassion. By treating yourself with kindness, you create a supportive environment for growth. Meditation is a powerful tool for self-growth. It helps you cultivate focus, clarity, and inner peace. Through meditation, you develop the mental strength needed to overcome challenges and stay committed to your goals. Self-growth also involves facing your fears and doubts. Buddhism teaches that courage is not the absence of fear but the ability to move forward despite it. Each time you overcome a challenge, you build confidence in your abilities. By focusing on self-growth, you also inspire others. Your commitment to becoming your best self sets an example of what is possible. This inspiration creates a ripple effect, encouraging others to pursue their own growth. Focusing on self-growth is a lifelong journey. Each step brings you closer to your true self. As you grow, you cultivate a deeper sense of self-respect and purpose. This growth is the foundation of a fulfilling and meaningful life.